Hello. Probably won't be on very long because I'm tired and I'm not feeling all that great. Um, yeah, that's good. Just haven't been feeling all that great lately. It's probably from stress. You know, tends to happen. Tends to happen with stress. I mean, what do I have to be stressed about, right? However, it has come to my attention that someone was live with their daughter last night, their teenage daughter, asking guys for certain pictures with their teenage daughter. Of Ash Trevino. You know, just saying. In that aspect. Um, I'm okay, not feeling all that great. Kind of tired. But yeah. It, Mother of the Year asking men for D pics on her live with her teenage daughter. I was told this. And she did it last night. I'm sorry to hear that. Mm-hmm. Arizona. The real Heather was on live last night with her teenage daughter asking guys for D pics. The fuck? Remember I've talked about the moral compass thing? And some people just don't have one? I've never heard of a woman actually asking for pics from a guy little with their daughter, their teenage daughter. Not yet. Still waiting. But hello. Yeah, she was live last night asking guys for D pics. Oh, with her teenage daughter. I was told about it. I was told about it. With her teenage daughter. And I'm, you know, I know. I'll be so happy when I finally can. I can't wait to get my identity fixed. Not just change it on social media, but change it legally. You know? Definitely. I'll be so happy. Like, I'm alright. I'm hanging in there. I haven't been feeling too good lately. Stress, most likely. But wait, what do I got to be stressed about? I'm in New York. You know. Excuse me. I mean, what kind of mother goes live with their teenage daughter and asks random dudes for D pics? I mean, that in itself is just gross. Definitely not demure. Definitely not Not even. I mean, I just. You know. Or is it just me? It's just fucking gross. Also, she's in a relationship with her baby dad, even though he don't want to be with her. Hello. It's kind of uncouth, isn't it? I mean, no self-respecting woman would do that. Unless unless they were in a relationship, maybe that kind of thing, but not but not asking a bunch of random dudes for pick. Like, you know what I mean? Would any of you, would any lady, and any of the females on here, would you ask a bunch of random dudes for D pics? You ask a bunch of random dudes for D pics with your teenage daughter. You know what I mean? Number one, you don't do that with your teenage daughter to begin with. Period. No ifs, ands, buts. Shouldn't even be asking with your daughter, even if that your daughter's an adult. But as a woman who has you to do that, to ask a bunch of random dudes for D pics, that to me, you don't have any self-respect. Arizona, aka the real Heather. Last night on live, from what I've been told. You don't that's like you don't have self-respect or dignity for yourself, you know? You sure shit don't have enough. You don't care enough about your child. Yeah, dang it. Oh, Letus? Fuck's sake, there. I mean, you don't have enough dignity, self-respect, anything like that. You definitely sure as shit are like Mom of the Year with that shit. What the fuck? I mean, no couth whatsoever. Hello. Yeah, if you're asking a bunch of random dudes for D pics, number one, you're thirsty as fuck. Number two, you have no self-respect. Number three, that says a lot about you. And guys, like, there's a reason your baby daddy don't want to be with you, probably. Number four, that's demoralizing. And again, I'm gonna go back to number one, you're thirsty as fuck. And have no self-respect for yourself. But to include your teenage daughter in that, you're a fucking terrible mother. That makes you a fucking terrible mother. Period. That's the kind of female that throws themselves at men. Don't have enough, that's the kind of female that you wouldn't want to be in a, that's not a lady. You know what I mean? See, that's not sexy either. Guys don't think of that as sexy. Guys think of that as hoe down. That's not wifey material, that's one night stand material. That's a doorknob, everybody gets a turn type of chica. Oh, excuse me. But like, that's not someone that will ever be with someone that is worthwhile. Because no self-respecting man is going to be with someone like that. No self-respecting man would ever be with someone that's going to ask a bunch of random dudes being that fucking thirsty for D pics. That doesn't happen. That's like you say hoe down, she ducks. You know. I mean, have some fucking self-respect. Don't be so fucking thirsty. That's a thirsty bitch. That's a thirsty bitch. I'm like, right? In my opinion, that's a thirsty bitch. God, people have respect for the name I've had for, good people have respect for this name that I, been given. But she's the real one. At least we don't look like, Hello, darling. Evidently not. That's a thirsty bitch. I'm sorry. They're sexy and seductive and that kind of thing. And then there's just trashy. There's like two different categories. You got the sexy, seductive. I can't even talk. Sexy, seductive, classy. Self-respected woman who doesn't just throw herself at men, right? Then you have, on the flip side, trashy, thirsty, no self-respect whatsoever, asking for D pics from randoms. With her teenage daughter. Me, I'm classy. I'm sexy, but yet classy. I'm I know how to. I have self-respect and dignity. I'm beautiful, I'm gorgeous, I'm sexy, all that. I'm also a lady, and I'm classy. And I keep it classy. But don't get that switched. Don't get that confused, because behind closed doors is when you want to be trashy with the man you're with. With your significant other, with the person you want to be with. So I would be all that behind closed doors with one person, not asking a bunch of random MFs, motherfuckers, that's just gross. Like, come on now. Come on now. Like I said, not on my level, not in my league, not in my level. A certain person, Arizona, right? She was on her live last night, from my understanding, with her teenage daughter, asking random dudes for D pics. Not on my level, not in my league. Because that's just thirsty, ratchet, thirsty. Fuck it, you know what I mean? She goes by, somebody want to type in the Mama Bear or something or other. Yeah, she's the one that came in my life and said, "Oh my god, you have a long lost sister named Tanya, you were kidnapped." That's who that is. Turns out they kept me to replace her. Long story. But yeah. Not on my level, not in my league. I'm beautiful, gorgeous, sexy, but I'm also classy, lady. I'm a classy lady, that kind of thing. Lady in the streets, a freak in the sheets. It's a fucking saying. A lady in the streets, a freak in the sheets. But that's just fucking thirsty shit. Bitch, you're thirsty. You got a baby daddy in this shit, and you're supposedly with him, begging him to stay with you, but you're doing that shit. That says a lot about you. It says a lot about someone. Like, no real man is going to ever want to be with someone like that. None. No worthwhile man is ever going to be with someone is ever going to want to be with someone like that. The ones that throw themselves at guys, it's like that. That's just thirsty as fuck. Like, I can't, not on my level, not in my league. Like I said, lady in the streets, freak in the sheets. There's a fucking difference. There's a fucking difference. There's a difference. And in the next couple of days, I will be starting my workouts here at my house. Because my thing is coming in the mail. It says it should be here tomorrow, it says. We shall see. But, yeah. There, there's, I mean, even the saying says it all. Lady in the streets, freak in the sheets. Not, let's be thirsty as fuck, ask random dudes that we don't even know what they look like or nothing. Let's just ask these random dudes for those pictures. It's like, what the fuck are you thinking? That's just gross, dude. Have some self-respect and dignity. Her grandfather would have called her a trollop. Okay? Like, no. You know, it just. No dude is gonna would ever have a serious relationship with someone like that. None. No self-respecting guy would. Like, I could never. I could never. You know? That's just. You don't have even fucking enough self-respect for yourself. You don't have enough respect for your. You. And then to do it with your daughter, that's just like. It's disgusting. That's some nasty shit. It is gross. Well, a certain person was on her live last night, apparently, with her teenage daughter, asking random dudes for D pics. Not on my level, not in my league. Because that shit that's like. There's even a saying, lady in the streets, freak in the sheets. That's a fucking saying, for fuck's sakes. The same person who came in my life and said, oh my god, you're my long lost sister named Tanya. You were kidnapped. Arizona. The real Heather. Yeah. It was her. I've been told this, that she did. Like, the saying, not a lady in the streets, freaking the streets. You don't throw, like, there's class, sexy, classy, real sexy women, beautiful, sexy women are ladies in the streets. Classy, we can clean up, being homeless in my car. I went to events that looked fine as fuck, looked gorgeous at these events. Being homeless living in my car at the time. Okay? Never would I ever throw myself at any man. Nor would I, for fuck's sake, would I ever. Like, that's ratchet. That's just no respect for yourself. That's not being a freak. That's being a hoe. No couth. No self-respect, no dignity. And no real man is ever going to want to be with someone like that. Ever. If you're asking for pics like that, that would be like something you ask the you're with. But I've never known a woman to say, "Hey, babe, send me one of your." I've not in my entire fucking life. Yeah, she is. Not in my entire fucking life did I ever have I ever heard of a woman asking dudes for those pictures like that. Not even their significant other, but then, there's, you know what? I take that back. Because her doing that, now that I'm thinking about it, shouldn't surprise me. Because I can guarantee that's something Sue would have done. She would have asked random dudes for D-pics if, they had technology back. You know what I mean? And it doesn't surprise me because the conversation, I remember after, I think, the first time my ex-husband and I were together physically. There you go. Now, mind you, I was 21. No, I would have been 20 when I got together with my first ex-husband. Because the age thing is off right now and everything. But, okay. 21 when I got together with my first husband. The first time we were intimate, right? The next day, she and I were talking, and she actually had the audacity to ask me what my ex-husband was like, how big he was, and all this shit. I'm not even kidding. In the family I was kept in, or my actual biological family? The family I was kept in, I was raised as the oldest. But my actual biological family, I was the baby. I'm the baby, I guess. I would be the baby. No. Sue was asking me about my ex-husband. My ex-husband wanted to secure trust and belief. But Sue was who I believed was my biological mother. I was... Yeah. The other one, that I'm speaking about, I call her Arizona, and that she's the real Heather. Yeah, not me. The girl in the red dress is her. But I could never, yeah. What's she gonna say? A lady in the streets, but a freak in the sheets. Like, come on now. You know? Oh, Lord have mercy. Turn the light down a bit. Man alive, they just keep coming, don't they? What the fuck? Okay, I guess there's a magnet in the controller. Why is there a magnet in the fucking controller? Number one, I hate that name. I hate the name better now. Once my DNA test come back, the results, I'm going to be changing it, obviously. It's not my real name. I'm not Heather. Either way, I'm changing my name. Right now, I'm just waiting for the DNA test results. But I'm going to be changing my name to Angel Grace. I could, couldn't I? Think about it. My real name is Tanya Michelle Williams. It was confirmed to be by someone that I spoke with a couple weeks ago that's entwined with the Illuminati because of their family member. They were a victim. Then when they got to a certain age, they were taken to the different houses around the country and that to take care of different children. I was one of those children. I was bought by the Illuminati to be basically to traffic me. To be trafficked. And then I survived what I did. And they like to keep the elite children. Now, the elite children consist of, children that can sing, dance, things like that, and the ones that are very intelligent and that, And so, I guess her family decided, hey, we'll keep this one. She'll be fine where she's at. Yeah. See, there's 0% probability of me even being the real Heather. The child had red hair and blue eyes. I didn't. The real child also had a birth defects. Her arms were two different lengths, and one of her hands is, well, not normal. So, I'm dealing with it the best way possible. It doesn't feel real. It never will feel real. I'm in a coma somewhere. I'm stuck in a coma somewhere, and this isn't my reality. This isn't real. Turns out it's probably always going to feel like that. They also, when I had my tubes tied and had my hysterectomies and that, come to find out they were done because the only reason I agreed to them is because I was lied to. They basically stole my ability to have children, and they stole my children. So, and they've lied to my children a lot about me. But hey, the good thing is I'm not related to them. I'm not evil, thank God. But I often wonder what life would have been like for me if I had never been taken. I wish I had a time machine and I would go back and stop it from happening. Yeah. If it's learned, don't you think I would have learned it? Don't you think I would be like that? If it's learned? If it's learned, how is she just like them? And Tootsie, you're about to get blocked. Can my mods handle that, please? She's literally just like them. I grew up with those people. I don't think I'm definitely not their blood, but I think I know so Jack, the man I grew up knowing as my grandfather, he was married before he ever married Joan. Now, I never knew what his first wife's name was. All I was ever told is he was married, and when he went to the Korean War, she packed up everything and left, and he never saw her again. Now, if that were like, how would he have gotten a divorce if he never saw her again? See, what I was told is the grandmother in 1950s. This is the 1950s I'm talking about. Back then, women were not, women couldn't get divorces like that. See, what I was told is the grandmother sold little Tanya, well, her cousin, but turns out it was most likely both. Thankfully they didn't take my cousin, it was just me. But sold us to someone she knew, a rich person she knew in California. The only rich person that I knew of that lived in California would have been John Shade Stacy Sr. Now, it's possible that maybe she might have been the illegitimate child of John Shade Stacy Jr., and if that's the case, then I would have somehow be related to that family. Or Jack may have been his first wife. Um, and how long has the military med beds been around? It's funny how Linda kept talking about that too. I don't think so. You know, I think they've actually been around for a long time. Like, from what I've been told, they could make you live forever, right? Right? And who would have the access to these beds? the elite. Right? Getting where I'm going with this. See, when Alta passed away, I wasn't allowed to go to her funeral. And that was in 1993. And see, the thing is, they had this thing about taking pictures of people in the caskets and everything. But I never saw any pictures of her or anything, which is strange that they didn't take any of her. And then when Joan passed away, I don't think I said goodbye. I don't think I saw her after she passed. Or before she passed, really. So for hours. Not yet, none. Then when Sue passed away, 4 hours after she passed, she was still warm. Connected to oxygen with an IV in her arm still, 4 hours after her passing. Joan was cremated, Sue was cremated. Then Jack, I wasn't there when he passed, and he was cremated. No viewings of any of them. Now, it might just be me, but pretty sure after someone passes away 4 hours later, they're cold. Right? And they wouldn't be connected. They wouldn't still have the IV or be connected to oxygen. They're kind of pointless. Oh, excuse me. Also, they wouldn't be, their normal color either. Wonder how many fake their deaths. I swear to God. Because if my theory is right, and she did fake her death, I asked to see her at the funeral home. They wouldn't let me. And I know it sounds like science fiction, and how the fuck could that possibly... Yeah, it's... Trust me, anything's possible. You know. Send me that in a DM, and I'll take a look at it. I'll be happy once my results come back. That's what I know for sure. You know. Oh boy, I got a new follower on Instagram. I'm so thrilled. Huh. Evidently they changed their mind. I don't know. Yeah. Oh, so there's been an article written about Mr. Zolfarino by Daily Front Row. Says, yes, Frankie Zolfarino is taking over the spotlight and there's nothing anybody can do about it. One thing is for certain, Frankie Zolfarino is here to own the limelight and take over. While the industry has long favored female artists when it comes to delivering powerhouse performances with dance, costumes, and theater. I can't predict. Why is this some things I can't fucking get? Theatricality? Frankie refuses to accept the idea that men can't do the same. I think is what it says. And there's another something about like it's on I have to look at this story. FashionWeekDaily.com. Okay, Frankie refuses to accept that the idea that men can't do the same. To him, artistry should not be dictated by gender or any other society. I can't fucking talk. Anyways, perceptions. Society's perceptions. That says, I study a lot of male artists, and for what I do, there really isn't another male artist right now putting out this type of product, he says. And he makes a lot of sense. As experts observe, there is glaringly a deficit of men who both sing and dance. Furthermore, one can tell if someone has merely been taught the steps, which may unfortunately translate to as unnatural. Thankfully, there is still hope through performers like Frankie, who not only lives and breathes performing, but is also more than willing to push the envelope to revive the passionate, artistic display that men can bring. I am so proud of him. Frankly, Frankie discerns exactly what he's capable of doing, and showbiz execs agree. They collectively believe that he fills a void that hasn't existed since the days of Michael Jackson, George Michael, and Ricky Martin. Artists who brought showmanship, sex appeal, and masterful displays of creativity without fail. If George Michael and Michael Jackson collided, that's kind of where I would put myself. Frankie's says. That's true. That is true. Michael wasn't really selling sex while George was, and I like the challenge to challenge the norms. It's part of what I do. He embraces the concept that entertainment is about making people feel something from deep within their souls, something that can't be explained but only felt. Sensually, I can't fucking talk. Basically, sex sells. You want everyone to be like, I want to get with him. It's part of the fantasy. And this is what I wish to invoke with my every performance. Frankie looks at legends like Madonna, who recently closed entire streets in Brazil, and Hollywood insider trust that he can too. As someone who prioritizes talent over the archanic notion, God, I can't fucking notion of masculinity in the arts. Frankie has been pulling out all the stops to produce acts that disrupt the mold. Yes, he does. While many hold back for fear of being corny, he is hard at work consistently coming up with a spectacular array of skills because this is all that matters to him. Remember Frankie's remarkable talents extend far beyond the screen. Go watch his story on Insta and it'll have the link for it. You can read it. You read it yourself, but yeah. Hello. But I am extremely proud of him. And now I'm going to have to screenshot this. I'm so proud of him. I told him it was just the beginning. I did. You know. So. I'm very proud of him. Oh, if you haven't seen his new video yet, he redid the song Abracadabra by Lady Gaga. And go watch the video. And keep in mind, I'm telling you it's art. It doesn't have, like, in the video he plays Jesus and the devil, two different characters, and it's entertainment, it's art, and that. But a lot of people have been getting, getting mad at him and thinking, oh, he's gone to the dark side. That has nothing to do with. You know what I mean? It's entertainment, it's art, it's, you know, trust and believe. Doesn't mean he, just because he played the devil in the video doesn't, or, and then they got mad at him because he was a sexy Jesus. It's like, you know, me, I'm very proud of it. Yeah, I'm very proud of him. And one day, I hope he will be a household name. He deserves all the success in the world and all the happiness in the world. I actually saw it a little bit late because when I got home, like, and I got in here, like, there was like 1 minute left. And I realized that my Wi-Fi password wasn't working. So I had to get on the phone with them and fix it, and so they did, and so I watched it a little late, but I watched it. It was, I mean, like, I absolutely love the video. You know what would make me happy? Other than if Frankie were to show up at my door and tuck me in his arms, and that, just kind of afraid, tell me that everything's gonna be okay. I would be happy if a certain person fell off the face of the goddamn earth. Just say it. A few people, actually. No. They're black. They're black. In that mood. Thank you. So, I don't usually wear black nails. It's just quite recently I think it's because I'm fed up with the bullshit now becoming darker. Not really darker, but you know how I say I could be your best friend or your worst nightmare. Which one do you want? Nobody wants me to. Nobody wants going where it's going. Nobody wants to go where it's going. It scares people. Scares people. People are either very drawn to me or very terrified of me. Then there's people who don't have enough common sense to know any better. That will learn the hard way. I'm not playing around. But again, I just keep reminding myself that she's not on my level, she's not in my league. Because she's not. Because I ain't no thirsty bitch like that. Thirsty, desperate bitch like that. Not me. You know, when you go lie there with your teenage daughter and ask random guys for D-pics, not on my level, not in my league. And taking my kindness for weakness is very foolish. You know. That's what I've been told to happen last night. That's what she did. Not on my level, not in my league. And people respect the name. That gives, me. But no matter what, the people I know, yeah, they would not. No. I mean, the saying even says, lady in street, freak in the sheets. Not that hard to comprehend. Not on my level, not in my league. You got sexy, sophisticated, classy, excuse me, so on and so forth. Excuse me. Then you have, Adeline, one that would never throw herself at a man like that. Then you have ratchet, trashy, thirsty, throwing herself at men, asking for deep. Never have I ever. I think this is a new one for me because I've never heard of any woman, any female, asking for pics like that. Unless they're ratchet as fuck. It's just really thirsty. And especially going on live doing it with your teenage daughter and you have a baby daddy that you swore up and down you were married and obviously not. Does that not tell everybody something? I mean, you would think it would. You would think it would. See, you have me here on this side, and then you have that. Yeah, don't get me wrong. There's a reason why they call it Lady in the Street Freak in the Sheets. Because there's the ones like that where, but then you got the desperate, her, who's probably really bad at what she does. Which is why guys don't like that kind of women. They're more of a one-night scenario. Yeah, a woman like me where, guys, there's reasons I never did one-night stands. Well, I attempted and they never went away. They ended up being long-term relationships. First being my oldest daughter's father. That lasted 10 months, and as far as I know, he's probably still stalking me over 20 plus years later. But yeah, that's just fucking weird to me. And how do you not have enough respect for yourself that you're gonna do that shit? You know what I mean? I need to start coming on earlier in the day. So tomorrow, here it's already Wednesday or whatever, Thursday. I gotta go return the car. I'm gonna finish my schoolwork. I'll be on live sometime. Yeah. I'll be live sometime. But I do need to do my schoolwork. Right now I'm going to have some spicy candy. Motherfucker. Well, I do school online. This term I'm doing forensics. So this one is fast acting, and it is 40 milligrams. Or do this one that's 40 milligrams. What, criminal justice? Okay. Hey, little bit. Yeah. Well, for that, you have to go through the whole criminal justice thing. And then we have this one, that is 50 milligrams. What's this 5? Yeah, 1 to 2 every 6 hours. Yeah, 1 to 2 every 6 hours. And one every 6 hours of this one. So I just do one of each. They are the spicy candy from the medical place. I have a card. And even if I didn't, it's fucking legal. And it's the only thing I do. It's shocking, I know. That would be, You ever watch Stoner Gump at all? The spicy candy. Yes, I go to a medical gardening store. And that's where I got the spicy candies. Now, I made spicy cookies, I still have. Right. So, I hope my DNA test comes back soon, so I can move forward. Regardless, I'm moving. I gotta move forward anyway. Um, you know. So tomorrow I should be getting my the vibration thing that I ordered off TikTok. I'm still waiting for the results for the DNA. So to write to a social worker, it could take 3 months or more. But someone confirmed that I am. It's just gotta put have to have the results to send it and stuff. And come to find out, they may not tell me right away. Say it comes back that I'm Tanya, right? They would want to, arrest people on that first. Because those people would, most likely watch me live on fake accounts all the time. And that way they would, who knows? But I feel it'll be soon. At least I hope it's soon. Shit. Hello. Once my test results come back, I'm going to be changing my name. Regardless, I'm not keeping the name Heather. I'm not Heather. And if I'm not Tanya, I don't know who the fuck I am. But I'm going to change my name to Angel Grace. So. Kind of earned it. And it feels right. It feels right to me. That's what I'm comfortable with, I guess. See, for me, if I'm, being Tanya, I haven't been Tanya since I was 20 months old. So, and they destroyed that little girl. Unfortunately. Heather obviously never felt comfortable being called Heather. I couldn't figure out why. Now I know. Um, so yeah. Angel Grace is what I'm gonna have my name changed to. Regardless. Hey. So yeah. But I know I could go ahead and start the process of changing my name now, but I'm gonna be changing my last name too. So, and if, it comes back, I'm Tanya, I'm gonna keep the last name Williams. So it'll be Angel Grace Williams, and, if it shows I'm not, then I'll have to come up with a different last name. But, well, with social, since I'm on SSI, what's my, all I gotta do is take the legal paperwork and take it into the Social Security office or whatever and show them, and they'll switch everything over. Um, to my actual Social Security number. Yeah, I already talked. I way ahead of all that. I called Social Security and asked them back in January. So, before I had the test done. Um, we're still waiting for the results. And no matter what, I'm changing my name. Well, according to a social worker, it could take 3 months or longer. And the social worker was in my live the other night and said that. So, it just depends. It's also being done at a private center, a private testing center. And they're kind of behind, so that's why it's taking so long. But hopefully soon. You know. Oh no, it's okay. It's okay. I completely understand. I hate that it's taking so long, trust and believe, but though, we'll know the results will come back before we know it. I try not to think about it too much because, it could be a little overwhelming, to say the least. You know, so I think I'm going to go to bed. I'm actually really tired. Yeah. After everything, yeah, I'm pretty sure. And I'm not the only one. Well, like I said, if it comes out I'm not Tanya, then I think we'll all be shocked. Uh, because I look just like that family. I don't look like the family I was brought up in. Also, my arms are the same length, and I have two normal hands. The real Heather had birth defects, like two different length arms, and one hand that was not a normal hand. So there's no way in hell, 0% chance of me being the real Heather. But the real Heather's the one that told me I was her sister that was kidnapped. That is my theory. But I took that picture of the girl in the red dress, did the age regression thing, an AI age regression, and it looks like her. So I'll just be happy when the results come back, so I'll know for sure. Never thought I'd have to deal with anything like this. You know? I had been talking to a relative. We haven't talked in quite some time, but it wasn't my relative, it was a relative of a relative. Um, that's as close as it's gotten. They're anxiously waiting. So I think I'm going to end this now because I'm tired. And I think both of those spicy gummies may have been fast acting. Good night. I'll be on sometime later. You gotta do a couple things first, obviously, but I'll be on sometime later. So, hope you all have a great night. And until next time, have a good night, guys.